Hi, I'm Jeannie with Fuller Fabrics. Today I want to do a tutorial about a new Halloween table runner that I created. Hope you like it. It's a free pattern. It's on our site so you can get it from there. I'm just going to give a quick run through, kind of show you a few of the things that you might need a little more instruction on how to create the pattern. But it's a PDF. It's called Kandy Korn, and you can find that on our website. This is the runner. It consists of 3 of these circles or hexagons. You're going to put your corners on them so that they become a block. And you're going to use 3 of those, a couple of pieces of sashing, your outside corner sashing, which you can leave square or you can do the points like I've done on this one. And then, of course, a nice background fabric. I've used the orange Halloween fabric that we have in stock. It doesn't take a whole lot of these fabrics. You're going to need about a half a yard of each of 4 different fabrics. You're going to need a quarter yard of your background fabric, and about a yard and a half of your backing fabric. You'll also need a piece of batting that is, of course, roughly. This came out to be about 13 by 52 long. Now, it does require the use of a kaleidoscope ruler or template to get these pieces. I call them pie pieces. You can use one of 2. This is a kaleidoscope ruler, and you use this section right here, or you can use this kaleidoscope ruler. They do the same thing. So either one will get you what you need. Now this is the one we're going to use today so that I can show you how to make the pieces. Now the first thing you're going to do is take your 4 different prints. As you can see, I've used the same 4 prints, but I've inverted them. So I've got 2 set like this. I've got 1 in reverse. Now you can do the opposites. You can do them totally different. It's totally your masterpiece. So whichever way you choose to do it is fine. What you're going to do though with your prints is you're going to cut out 4 sets, 4 strips of each of the 4 prints. So you're going to have 4 orange, 4 black, and 4 of each. You're going to make strip sets with these. So I've already started this one. So I've got my Halloween, I don't know, they call it like a grungy gray. I've got my yellowy orange, I've got a black, and I've got my orange, my pumpkin orange. So these go together, and then we'll just add this one as we go over to the sewing machine here. And you just want to add each of your strip sets until you have all 4 of them in a unit. So let's go ahead and get this last one on and show you. Now you don't want to pull your fabric. You do want to hold it, but hold it loosely. Making sure you've got an accurate 1/4 inch seam. Just go down, and you'll get all 4 of them on. Now, if you find that your strip sets want to bow one way or another, you can reduce that. If you sew one, then turn it and go the opposite direction and sew the other, and so forth, alternating the direction you're sewing in. But if you don't seem to have a problem with that, just by all means, keep going in the same direction. Get this sewed together. Now you want to press your seams all in the same direction so they're all going this way, and just give them a little run down there so they're kind of going the same way. It makes it a little bit easier. Everything, you don't want it to twist or bind, so you want to make sure everything is going pulled out nice. And Now you're going to press this. You want to make sure that it's looking straight. And then as you press, just give it a little bit of steam here. And we'll go right down it. All right, and we'll get these out of our way here. Now what you're going to do with this is you're going to fold it in half. You can do it one long strip and one at a time. That's not a problem. It takes a lot longer, but that's fine. It's your quilt. It can take however long you want. So you really just want to fold it in half and kind of get your edges lined up here best you can. All right, and the first thing you're going to do, and I'm going to get this out of the way. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your end, and my end is stay down there. Okay. As long as the end that you're working on is good and flush, it doesn't really matter about the top because you're not really going to go into the top just yet. There is a 7-inch line, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is a 7-inch line right here. And you're going to lay that 7-inch line right on the edge, right at the bottom, making sure that you are in the color and not on your selvage. So let's come in just a little bit here. And you're going to make a cut. Now what I do, and you make that cut across the top, is holding this, lay your other ruler right beside it. This makes for a safer cut. Move this away and make your next cut. So these, there we go. And you've got 2. So that's going to give you 2 of the ones like this that basically go right there. Now you're going to lay, get your edges straight here, that 7-inch line at the top. Now I try not to waste. I hate wasting fabric. It's so expensive. So once you've got your line here. Now this one is a little harder because you have to just start it right there. Get that. There we go. Holding on to this, put your other ruler, and then make your cut. Now in order to get the tip, I like to do it after the fact on this one. So you're going to line up your 7-inch one more time. And cut your tip. To me, it's safer. So, you know, I err on the side of caution always. And this is, you're just going to keep going along and you're going to go this way again. And then you're going to flip it and you're going to go this way. Now you can get about 6 of one of the prints and 5 of the other. So it's going to take you about 3 or 4 of these strip sets to get enough. You need 8 of these pie wedges for each one. Okay. Now I've got a few cut here. And once you get them cut and you go to sew them, these can go over here. You're going to sew them in pairs. So I think I've got enough here to finish off. And I'll show you how we sew these. Get my glasses. And we will move over here. So you want to sew them in pairs. And what I found out was doing these, mine didn't line up as well as I would have liked. So I tried going in the opposite direction, starting at this end versus at that end. And sometimes it seemed to work better. And just get these lined up here. And you want to start at your 1/4 inch. And then just try to line these up as well as you possibly can so that they'll match. Get this one right there. And then we'll get this one lined up. And then we'll hold our breath and see how well we did. All right. And then you want to do your other set. Same thing. I like to line this one up as well as we possibly can here. And then start down your 1/4 inch seam. Once I get it set, when you put it under your needle kind of acts like another hand and it helps you hold it in place. And we're going to just go down this side. Get these set where they need to go as close as we can get them here. And if you're on your 1/4 inch, you should be heading toward that other corner there. So you're going to open these. Not bad, not bad. Now that one is pretty rough. So you can go back and you can actually, take that apart and do that little section again and get it as close as you'd like to have it. Now this one came out really spot on. Not bad at all. So we're going to go over here and we'll give them a little bit of pressing. You want to make sure they're laying how you want them, and then give them a little bit of steam, and that's going to set them. And you want them all to be going to the right. So if you started them to the right, make them all go to the right. If you started them to the left, you want to keep them all going the same way. Okay, once you do that, then you're going to come over here and we are going to see if we can't get these to line up as close as possible. And start at your 1/4 inch seam. Line up your next one. And then we want to line up this one here. And again, we'll take it to the pressing machine, or the presser, the iron, and we'll press it. Well, not too bad, not too bad. And of course, as you're making yours, mess with them. If you want to take them apart a little bit, you want to get these right on, spot on, or as perfect as, feels good to you, absolutely. Now you're going to actually put these two together. And we will sew these. I like to get my first section right here lined up as close as possible. Then you can put your little, that way if your ends are off a little bit, you can start a little lower or what have you. But if you start up here and they're too short, then you may not make it, your intersection. May not make it. I'm gonna move right up. where my little snips are. I'm OCD, so that drives me nuts. Like the whole stuff in place as I get to it. And you can kind of feel it if they're sitting. And next one. We'll just keep on coming. I'll just make that a little longer so it'll behave if I need it again. And then you're going to open it and just kind of bring it back in there. Now you need to give it a good press and turn it over. Make sure everything is going the way you want it, because you've got some pretty thick seams there in the middle. So just get everything kind of going the way it should be going. And then roll it over. And now you have your, I don't know, it looks like a bullseye to me, but you have your little pie or your kaleidoscope as such. Now, once you've got that, you're going to take a 6 3/4 inch square, and we're going to just put this on. I like to put it on 2 lines right there, and then I line up my ruler with my other lines around it, and then I know that I get a good cut. Now again, I don't like to cut in awkward areas. One right there, but this one is not too bad. So we'll get this right here and cut those. Now these are going to be your corners. So basically, they're going to go there and there and there and there. Now that's going to give you your block. So we're going to take this one. Now these, I meant them to be a little bit bigger. So you want to take and fold this over. Take your nail and make a little indentation. You may not be able to see it on the camera, but I can see it. So as long as you can see it, if you need and you want to take this and just fold that little area in half, and again with your nail make you a little point. If you want to use a pencil or something, you certainly can, something that'll come off, and then you line up. That'll get you on your center. So you line up on these marks that you've made. And we'll just start at a 1/4 inch. Okay. And then we will just finger press that here. All right, and make sure you're orientated here because it's every other one. And we will put this, make a line, make a line, and then put those lines together. And then just start. don't have to keep rethreading. So we'll play its game today. Sometimes that automatic cutter works great, but sometimes it makes it too short and it tends to come unthreaded when I start again. And one more here. So you're basically just going every other one. And right sides together. It gives you about an equal distance on both sides. And kind of finger press this open. And we'll do our last one. This is going to give you a square block. And lay it right down here. Okay. So now you've got a square. So now your square, let's give it a little bit of a press in here. And then you want to square up your block. Let's see here, that one is a little small. So we'll use our larger one here. I like to use a weight of some sort. Seems like with my height, my other end of my ruler tends to want to move a lot. So to avoid that, just throw something on the end of it. And you want to, and I'm not going to worry with it too much on this one, just showing you, but you want to trim it down to 13 inches. That's what you're going for. And all of these numbers are in the pattern, so you don't have to worry about remembering them. Okay, and one more. There. And there you have your block. All right. Now you're going to make 3 of these. However you want your colors to be, it's totally up to you. You're going to put one of these on either side. So you're going to put one of the, I guess they're a hexagram pie type shape, kaleidoscope. Put the kaleidoscope block, that's what we'll call it, the kaleidoscope block, one of your strips, your sashing, a kaleidoscope, a strip, and a kaleidoscope. Now, using 4 strip sets, you can honestly get about 5 kaleidoscopes. So if you want to make your runner bigger, you can. Or if you want to, just go with the 3, you can use the other 2, maybe make a couple of placemats. You can certainly do that. So, you can, one more strip set, you'd probably have enough for 4 placemats to go along with it. So that's an idea. But you're going to, sew these on to either end. Now, once you've done that, these, and I believe these were like 5.5 by 13, these go on the end. So this is going to go on either end. And once you do that, you can either leave them square and make a square ended runner, or you can actually do the pointed runner like I've done here. Now what you do to do the pointed runner is you have this piece right here on your top, and you have not sandwiched it, you haven't done anything, you've just made your top and you have this on the end. So you're going to take and find your center, and you're going to mark your center. You're going to come here and you're going to go down 4 inches, and you're going to mark at 4 inches. Come down here and you're going to mark at 4 inches. You're going to take your ruler and you're going to go from that center mark to your 4-inch mark, and you're going to cut. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Go from your center mark, wherever that is, you've marked it, to your 4-inch. And you're going to cut that side, and that's going to give you this pointed. So you can do it either squared or pointed. That's a personal preference. I've done them both ways. I like them both ways. So it really just depends on how you want to do it. Now, as far as the backing, and we're not going to do the whole tutorial on the backing, but you're going to do what I did on this so that I didn't have binding. So this is a quick and easy method. You are going to take a piece of batting that is a little bit larger than your runner, and you're going to lay it down. Then you're going to take your backing fabric and you're going to lay it face down. Let me remember. You're going to lay it, and I have to always look at my notes to remember, but you want it face down. Let's see here. Yeah, you're going to lay your backing face up. I'm sorry. I knew I was getting that wrong. The backing goes face up on top of the batting, and then the top goes flipped over face down on top of your backing. So you want to flip that. So batting, backing, face up, top, face down. You want to pin that all the way around, and you'll take it to your sewing machine, and you'll start on the side. You're going to do a little back tack here. About 1/4 of an inch seam, you're going to stitch it all the way around until you get back here. You want to leave about 6 inches of an opening, back tack it on this side. So you've got back tack, and you've got a little bit of a opening. You're going to reach into that opening and you're going to pull it out till it's face up. Okay. Once you've got it face up, you're going to reach your hand in and you want to take and, now I'm skipping a step and I do apologize. Before you flip it over, you want to cut all your excess off. Okay. Since I'm not doing it, it's hard to keep it oriented. Before you flip it out, you want to cut all the way around and get the excess batting and backing off. Clip every corner, clip your little corners, and they'll turn better. So once you've got those clipped, everything is trimmed up. Then you flip it out. Once you flip it out, and I'll have to do one of these when I'm actually doing it, so I can remember the steps. It's easier when you're doing it than just trying to remember. So once you've got everything trimmed, that's when you pull it out. Poke your little corners out, and you can just use your finger or a little, I think they have the purple thing, or they have all sorts of little things that you can use. I just use my finger, and that seems to be fine. And then you want to make sure that you rub it out and just kind of get your edges to lay flat. You want your edges to kind of be half and half, if that makes sense, and just get them smoothed out. Once you've got it smoothed out, then you're going to start your quilting on it. I quilted around, I don't think I quilted there. I quilted around here, and then around here on each one. As you can see, you can quilt more or less. It's totally up to you. Okay, and then as far as your edging, just do about a edging stitch about 1/8 of an inch right here from your edge, about 1/8 of an inch. It doesn't have to be, you know, a 1/4 inch, just 1/8. And you're going to go all the way around with that edging stitch. Once you get to where you had your opening, just tuck your ends in so that everything is, and mine was probably over here somewhere. Just tuck your ends under. Once you've got them even and nicely tucked, then you're just going to go right over it with that edge stitch and it'll close it up. And it's as simple as that. I mean, you've got a runner. It really, doing the flip and turn method and not having to bind it and sandwich it. I mean, really the sandwich, you're, like I said, the backing down, top up, pin it around, do that 1/4 inch seam all the way around, leaving that opening, flip it out, kind of smooth it out and do your little bit of quilting wherever you want. You can quilt it as much or as little as you want. It does not have to be any particular way. If you want to come up through here, maybe, you know, go through here. If you want to go around the little area, what you want to do. You know, it can be, like I said, as simple or as complex as you want it to be. It's quite simple. You could literally do this in an afternoon and have a nice runner for Halloween. I'm getting my holidays mixed up, but you could have a nice runner for Halloween in a matter of an afternoon, and it really is not that hard. A little bit of fabric, free pattern on the site. You just have to go get it. It's under the tab for free patterns. So if this is something you'd like to make and you like this tutorial, give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that. You will need the kaleidoscope ruler, one or the other of the two that I showed you. If you already have one, that's great. If you don't, either one will work. We are going to be showing, I want to do a tutorial on the beautiful kaleidoscope. You can use these for runners. You can use the kaleidoscope with beautiful flowers to make a kaleidoscope of flowers. They're gorgeous. And I'm going to be doing one of those. So if you get a beautiful, colorful fabric and you have enough of it, you can cut it into all these beautiful kaleidoscopes. You can make placemats, runners, as you see. And you can even make a beautiful quilt out of them. So these are very versatile. So if you don't have one, you know, and you're thinking, well, I don't want to buy one just for this. Well, I mean, they are so versatile. You can use them for Dresdens. This is also a Dresden plate template, so you can use it for that. You're going to use it for a lot, so don't worry about having one template that'll only be good for one thing. It's simply not the case. And that's the end of this tutorial. I mean, if you liked it, definitely, you know, let me know. Leave a comment. I'd love to know who came by. Subscribe to my emails on fullerfabrics.com. You know, you'll get the emails anytime I put out a new video. You will also get the video notifications if you hit the little bell. If you subscribe and hit the little bell below on the YouTube video, it'll give you the notifications when we have a new tutorial. So I'm hoping to get some more stuff out. We're new, so again, you know, check us out. Let us know if you have any suggestions. And as always, I appreciate you watching and happy quilting.